long do I think until 0.10 is out? Ooh. Not guaranteed, but hopefully this week. Hopefully this week, that's the plan. I want to get out this week, personally. I really don't want to push any longer than this week. Yeah, just gonna push hard this week, try and get out for you guys. Yeah, we get up to you this week. Yeah, just gotta keep grind away, because we just not worth giving you guys something I'm not happy with. We're not happy with, you know what I mean? I don't think it's worth doing that personally, but it's gonna be playable and fun for you. There's no point in giving you something that's not fun, not playable really. Like we're making a lot of changes, so yeah, hopefully this week. So we want the vaults back in, jumping, and then the procedurally matched run-ups. At the moment, I've killed the drop-downs and drop-offs. I'm gonna re-enable them at some point this week, but probably be tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, probably Tuesday. I've killed them for now because I wasn't happy with them. They weren't good enough. Run-ups are getting better, so those I can deal with. The other ones are not quite. So, yeah, kill them for now. But yeah, run-ups, vaults, new map, new improved locomotion. Could be better, but improved still. Yeah, lots of improvements. Yeah, you'll see basically. The walk and jog is really good. The sprint's a bit buggy. We gotta fix that. Okay. Let's further logic I use now. Sorry, I'm just know what place I was at. Okay, cool. So here, get the mesh, do the animation as if it's an optimal montage. Yeah, that's correct, actually. So change the tweaking. You know, compile this and then make the tweaks to the yeah, in here to the actual data table. Because this is a bit different now. So this is solid wall. The wall pops. There's solid wall pops, these ones. But not this one. This one's actually either. The other ones I'm pretty sure are solid wall. solid wall run up. No, I just need to actually these values aren't necessarily all correct. I need to redo these values here. I'll do that in a minute, but actually I'll let me redo these values now. Once I've redone these values, I'm gonna add some more animations. They're gonna have a different type. Like there's another type I've added, which is the pop up, run up, step up. Actually, yeah, type. So yeah, I want to have different ones. And then I'm gonna add another logic check. So it's like if it's below a certain height, I want you to do a step up. If it's like, yeah, basically you can do wall pops and run ups at whatever different heights. But if it's below a certain height, I want you to do a step up. The pop up. So this one here, the run up is actually one where you finish in hanging. So these are pop ups. You finish in the climb up start pose. Whereas this is a run up because you actually finish in the hang. And then these are wall pops. So I'm calling it run up if you've run up, grab. Hop up is if you like jump and you pop up to the top. I need to actually ask thinking about the exact names of these. And then wall pop is like if you go all the way up to the top. So you finish basically on top of the wall. This is the one where you finish in the climb up start. This is the one where you finish in hanging. I guess really you don't even need these, are a bit irrelevant because as long as you have these, but I guess in terms of descriptiveness and verbosity, that's a word, these are quite useful. But yeah, I'm going to add some more animations, but first I just need to make sure all these values are actually correct. I want to do it where you can just kind of I need to make a tool where you just calculate these values, quite frankly. Let me just make sure it all runs. I also want to add a yeah, I also want to add a another field called angle of entry, which which I mean basically that will just determine like what angle is it you're coming into the wall, so that, and then when we record more animations, we can record somewhere like he's coming in from the sideways, so he swings onto the wall, just like different kind of stuff. I think that'd be really cool in terms of making it more contextual. I can even do angle of entry now, really. Again, it's like one of the things I need to make a tool to calculate all of this, like to automate all this, because this is a really tedious process if it's not automated. This can be, but because I only have 10 animations, it's fine. But I should really. Hand, right hand is 243. So I'm going to say 244. What's the height? That's just wrong, it really. Really, I need to now know how far away the wall is, so I use the hand. That's incorrect, because it's actually from the root, quite frankly. So the wall, I need to know how the distance is, but it's from the root. Pelvis is a good semi-integrator, so, and then I can know I need to just add wherever this forward offset was from the hand. And that way I know the wall's there. So that's like an extra 30 or whatever. But it's not 100%. I guess it could be. I know in here. It's 25 forward. Yeah, I know if this is it's the left hand, sorry. I probably just lost focus. So yeah, so if the left hand is this is just, I just need to really do all this in code. This is terribly unautomated. Please don't judge me. I'm judging myself. 25, 20 forward. The pelvis. Let me run forward. The pelvis ends up 243 forward. 243.239 plus 25, 20. It's about 268 distances forward, roughly. I'm actually gonna make a tool tomorrow. Not tonight. I just want to get these done. These are all pretty crappy, and there's no point really. Then, yeah, there is no point actually doing this if I'm gonna make a tool to do it. But yeah, the forward distance is about 268. 439. Which also indicates to me that seems like a lot of these are they actually travel quite a bit forward, which tells me that this value here, my max random trace distance is probably too close. Because I think even this one here to this point here,
average travel is about 230, 240. So I guess 250 is something alright. So this is correct here. This value is, this value is totally wrong. And that's why this animation wasn't really getting called. So you can see now the data in there is really incorrect. So I need to fix that. I'm going to add that to my list of things I need to do, which seems to, I've got a much, I filtered out what type of run I want to do, and I filtered out the incompatible terms. I need to automate matching, calculation of matching variables. Go on, and I need to add some step up animations. Okay, I need to automate all this stuff. These values are wrong. That's fine for now, I can live with that. When I automate tomorrow, I'll fix that. Yeah, I just need to add some step up values, but I also need to add the logic for that. Basically, where's in here? So I say, so this is the runup filtering here. I say if it's of a certain wall type, or if the runup is for either wall type, you can use it. If it requires a foot plant, so that means it's greater than a certain height. If the what's it called? This height that again actually of the wall is below a certain height. Okay, right. I don't want to really call it max step up height, but I guess it is really. I guess it's the maximum height from which you just do a step up at any point. But I don't necessarily. You know what's crazy? I don't actually think I need that. I don't actually even think I need. Yeah, I don't think I even need this. That filter, because I think the matching will just take care of that for me. I think if the matching is good enough, it should just pick, because the height Z of whatever animation I have is going to be so much lower, which should influence heavily the matching. So it should be like, oh, well, I need to find one that has a really low height, and that is a step up. So yeah, these filter ones are just like cases, checks. I mean, even this will require a foot plant one. Hopefully it should kill, like with enough coverage, I should be able to kill, like, I think that's the whole point, like with enough coverage, you should be able to kill out as much filtering as possible, because it should just know that it's not going to look for something that's out of its range. But this is to make it more accurate, like to limit, because I don't have much coverage, I need to filter stuff out so I don't get the crap I don't want, because it might still pick it. But when you have more coverage, it should hopefully not. Yeah, I'll leave these two for now. I don't think the step up one's going to be much of a problem, because you're really going to pick them when the animation is really low, and none of the other ones are going to be as low, so we'll see. We can always add it if we need to. Let me add the step up. Let me find a step up animation. I'm going to add one step up and see how it goes. Oh, literally just Go from 35 to... I want more than this. So that'll give me more blend out time. Now let's see here. 89.353. Beautiful. We're almost up at 1. Bit buggy root motion stuff, to be honest. But yeah. So enough of this. Cool. So speed is distance over time. So just calculate the whatever distance of the route. We'll do this. Pelvis. It should actually be. There's another thing why these speeds are off, because it's like I don't get like a natural velocity. There's no like a velocity curve here. Even though I swear to God there should be. No. So I need to add that curve. I don't know if there is one where it's like. Yeah, I don't know all I can, because all I can do then is just use like the root motion, like what it moves for like. It's like you just do a magnitude of that and add it like. But because it moves up, I'm just gonna use this for now. I need to actually make a tool to do all that stuff with it. That's good. 268. It takes 1.63 seconds. Seems fairly accurate to be fair. Height. But height is about 72, so it's about, it starts off 6 high, so it's about 65 the high runups, whatever steps on, quite frankly. But I will know here. A9 goes to 142. About 53. Something like that. It seems somewhere accurate. These are all I'm just doing this to debug. And then a 4 digits travel, that's fine. That's literally just let's see here. 168. It's 268. Cool. I mean that's in now actually, but that doesn't have any motion warping, so we also put in the climb start. Climbing start. And then add some tracks here, so we've got to add at that point there, really the foot needs to be on the floor. But I guess it is a case of like foot needs to be on the floor there. We're there now, you know what I mean? I mean, it's gonna look pretty janky when I go and anticipate. You know? Step up. I might increase it so that the rotation is slower. So it's not as stuck. Yeah. Okay. We'll step up. Oh, that's fine. Data runups. All that crap. To add a step up. Why have I even done this? Plus 0 times. Like, oh, that's because I can create some kind of offset onto the ledge. So it's like if I wanted to move the feet onto the ledge a bit more than just on the ledge, basically. Need that value, like, what do you mean? Should do it. It's not gonna do it, I already know, but let's see. Interesting. Did a step up there. Very interesting, actually. Actually did the step up. I mean, that's completely off because of the yeah, because of the thing, like the very interesting. So then, if I had it where it's very low, I'm anticipating just step ups all day, every day. I'm pretty sure the minimum height is 30. So, oh, no, it did that. What in the mother? There's no blend or anything like it. It's no blend in or blend out, which is actually alright considering. Um, yeah, I mean, what I expected to be a problem was the problem, but I don't know. Actually, surprised me. Will that be a lot shitter? Ooh. Yeah, that's we need to. I mean, we gotta fix this quite frankly. Entry's fine. Fine that. So from there, so 14 to 26. Yeah, 26 to even lower bit soon still, but then with a blend, it might actually. No way that it does that. I shouldn't. But I guess it's because it has a really low forward distance. Yeah, maybe that was also because I don't actually blend out. So I can stay flying. So I actually blend out. And then internationalization, and we can have all the time. We can always have 0.5. Yeah, we can literally use our perfect, perfect. 0.5 is probably a bit much, but 0.3 or something. That much, maybe 0.2. Would be right. And yeah, I'll definitely do standard. We can have all the time in the world. We can give it like 1.63, 0.6 or something. Like that. I should never pick one of those animations. They're just terribly calculated. There's that slight little boom, but I think really it just needs to get to the location. Then I think, yeah, it needs to get to the location when the foot's flat, because it's getting there when the foot's there. Do you see what I mean? So we're blending out. Drop this to like 0.4. It's gonna get that later, but I don't know how it's gonna look really. But that's a coverage that, yeah, I don't really have any close. And that's pretty good there. And but it's again, it's a bit of a foot jitter. Pretty good. Sure. Better than I thought it would be. It was actually fairly simple to add in. I know what the animations need to look like now. It just needs to be flat. Basically, if it's on the ground, it needs to be flat. I'll add more blend in time, but basically this is the problem. I need to cut that on the floor. This is what's caused that dip. So if I do here, okay, so if I go from here, so from 19, so from 19, we do -5. That should actually look okay. Because now if I play this, it actually looks like you're climbing onto something. Oh yeah, but I get there too late. Sorry, I get there like after I'm walking off. I need to get there now. Then I can give myself all the time in the world to blend out. That little drop down is really annoying. I don't know why it does that. I don't know where it's, so it gets there. And then, because the capsule stands up. What if I turn this really low? This is 0.1. Just where the capsule. Where the capsule would actually go. So that foot. Ah, see, that's an issue actually. And the reason being for that, because it's root motion. Yeah, oh, so stupid. This is a problem with all the animations. Because it's root motion, basically the pelvis is still moving up. Which means that there is still upwards root motion. So that is what's taking the foot up. That's what's going. Oh, think of that. Is the pelvis moving, causing the foot to go up in the air because the root motion is followed by the pelvis, not the foot. Yeah, no, yeah, I mean 100%. Yeah, that's an animation from. Yeah, the reason is the root motion is calculated from the pelvis. Now, as you bend your knee and extend your knee, the pelvis moves up. That's why the foot is coming up. So when we're adjusting these animations, we need it when the pelvis is straightened. That's when the foot needs to be on the floor. So basically how it was before. Great. Fantastic. So having it like that is always going to be an issue. It's weird, and that's the thing with the root motion. So if we look here, disable root motion, you'll see here the pelvis moves, the actual moves up. It's like I'm here, so I'm saying, okay, stop now, but the actual root motion continues going up until you're there at the top. It's different. So it's saying up, and also it goes down. Like you mean, and I think it's because they were he was the actual mocap was on a slope or on some kind of springy surface. It was on a springy surface that was causing this little bounce. And then that's the rise as you step up, and that's what's causing that bump. So to combat that, let's actually redo this montage. I want to get the raw one back, so I know what the problem is now. Out of all the STORROR members, whose parkour style do you like the most? Ooh. It's very interesting, actually. So this root motion is actually correct.
I think that motion is correct, but I almost need it to go like this. It needs to be really a bit more, but it's correct. It is actually. See, that's the thing. That's actually very correct. It's actually very correct. Like the pelvis does move up and down. It starts at this point, moves down because you're compressing it. Steps up and through. Oh, you sorry, now answer your question. Whose parkour style do I like? I don't know, because they're all really different. It kind of depends. They kind of all excel in different ways. I think that's what makes them the coolest group. I think my personal preference, like in terms of who do I look at, and be like, yeah, it's Flair. Well, I mean, thinking of all, there's a couple of tough contenders in there. Hobie's is techie, really techie. With the crimps and all that. We're trying to get into a bit of bouldering, so that's quite cool. But Max is really droppy, like really droppy. Like his stuff is like high impact. Benja says a bit of like can do it all. Sort of, I feel like he sort of blends them all together. I think, Callum's really powerful. So his one's quite powerful, explosive. So he has a very explosive style. Drew's, I like Drew's. Drew's is very street. If I had to put a style to it, I'd say very street. Like very street parkour. Like a lot of 360s, a lot of added little flair here and there. It's really if I had to say what kind of style it'd be, I'd say street. Like that's the kind of vibe I get. Josh's steez, like I like Josh's a lot actually. Yeah, and I feel like then Sasha's is like a mix between like tech and street. Like, question. I'd say just initially, I'd say for me it's probably between Josh, Callum, Drew, one of them three. Josh's, because I think it's just so steep, like it's just so like it's almost like it's rhythmic, like it's almost like a dance. That makes sense. Like you watch ballet, or like rhythmic dancing or like contemporary dance, and it's sort of like everything just like he's got serious flow. Like I think like that would be the word I use to describe his parkour, is like flow. I love Callum's explosive style, like just like bang, like do you know what I mean, like just blow it, like yeah, just powerful and just big. I like that. So like Tim Champion style, like just really explosive. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I should say probably between Josh and Drew. Yeah, like I said again, like Drew's is more street, like sort of like has really good flow, and then incorporates some techie moves like 360s, and like techie in the sense of like each like the basic stuff done like flary, just like rather than the precision jump, it's like precision 360, just like stuff like that. So I'd say between Josh and Drew's, I'd say Drew has the techie street flair, and then Josh is just very flowy. So probably one of them two. Maybe with Josh just edging. But yeah. Thanks, Days FX. Appreciate it. That was actually really good. What the fuck? See, that's actually pretty good. See, yeah, and that's with like, you know what? And this, I think this is the mistake I made with my other animations. I think I didn't. Yeah, I think that's the mistake I made with the other ones. It's like you really shouldn't adjust the root motion that much, because I was really tweaking the root motion. Yeah, I was really tweaking the root motion. Yeah, I was heavily tweaking the root motion, which killed the whole mocap vibe. I mean, that's pretty goddamn accurate, actually, and that's with need to know blend either. I do like a blend of like 0.4. Let's let it look. Pretty good, actually. A little bit of foot sliding in the end. Ignore the crappy IK. So I'm glad it does that run up there. I love the fact, my favorite thing about this is that it chops its feet, which is like, it's really realistic. Like, if you come with a bit of speed, this actually is pretty good now, I won't lie to you. I think I'm just moving a bit too quickly. Need some of those. See, again, I think that I've killed some of these animations by using tweaking the root motion too much. Look, I think you just have to be a bit more precise with your motion warping. Yeah. Doing good. Just jump in. You know, I'm actually gonna have that. Yeah. The jump up is really smooth. The drop down is terrible. It's because we rely on IK, and it's just crap. Quite frankly, it's just absolute crap. So yeah, I'm gonna actually completely. I want to change it so that basically, see the hop up that I'm doing. It does the hop down but just contextually. So like,
If always tracing ahead of it, it's like there's a drop off. It checks how far the drop off is, and if it's within, and then it does the matching for the drop off. I'm going to do that in a bit, basically. We'll probably later this week, if not tomorrow.
I really want to get the run ups and the climb, but basically any entry to climb stuff. I want to get that down like buttery smooth, like you said, and then go from there. But one thing I do want to just jump in. Yeah, I want to just see so currently something of this height is too low for me to do the step up, so we just do IK. And I actually have my own IK. Ooh, that's quite cool. So I can use the step up to get up on things like this. Pretty good. It's quite cool now, because now you can get up onto stuff like this. That's a bit of a level up.
hate that, man. I need to fix those ones. That's cool because you can now climb onto like benches and stuff. Wow, a lot of this map is way more accessible now. I mean, I literally just walk through that, but that's cool. You get to a lot more areas now. I've been on this full-time-ish now for about a year. I had Dado longer, so it's cool. That's really cool. I love that. You know, I'm doing that. It literally is. It's the same jump. So if you look at it's actually the same jump. It's just it just goes to different heights. So like depending on the height of the curve. But what you actually want is if I show you here, if I show you my matching, you see all these different ones. I want to have loads of step offs that have the whole perfect for different heights. So one for like 30, one for like 40, one for 50, one for 44, one for 45, like loads of different ones that they're for like different speeds and different like distances away. So that and then basically it goes through this and checks which one, given like what I want to do, given my speed, the height of what I want to climb, how far away I am, what type of wall I want to climb, whether or not I need to plant my foot, whether or not I want to end up like moving or hanging, and what type I want to do. It checks all these variables and it's like which one is the closest one to me, and then it picks that. So it keeps picking this one because it's the only step up. But if you look like, if I try and run up this wall here, because of certain height, it's gonna pick that one because it's best matching. But obviously, see there, it picked a pretty crappy animation because, yeah, because but I'm also, yeah, I do think I like the idea of you have to trigger little hops up, things like that. You have to, you see, like then I just don't have coverage, so the one it picks is not very nice sometimes because I don't have the coverage for it. But something like that is so spot on, and the warp is so little. And I think this is one thing I need to get in my head when I was tweaking all the animations I did before. I was trying to tweak them to make them look good in non-optimal scenarios. So I was trying to make it so that so like basically when we're doing a warp, we really want to try and minimize the warp as much as possible to like 2 to 5%. So like this kind of height is literally, I'm pretty sure this is like literally that's about 50 high, the ledge on that, which is perfect. So that's why this animation looks so good. Like that looks flawless. Like really, you wouldn't think like the blend in, the blend out, that's absolutely spot on. Like you'd near enough think that's like a, do you know what I mean? Like that's spot on. That's, you know what I mean? And that's because the warp is so little. Yeah, so there's like anything like 30 or below, they wouldn't do that. We'll just do IK, but I can change that value. I've just got it set to 30 at the moment, but I'm gonna do it just based on what coverage. Like I literally just need more coverage. Like if I had thousands of animations for different heights, everything would look perfect because the matching would be really good, and it'd pick a really close one with like a really low Euclidean distance. It would take longer to match for sure, and that's why we wouldn't have too many, but it'd pick a really good one. And then because of that, it'd look really good. And we wouldn't have to have that crappy IK. Because yeah, something like that, it's just, man, it's really good. Same with that, it's like, it's a very janky one. So yeah, I need to just, I've killed too much of those and the remotion of those animations, which I'm a bit annoyed about. I actually need to go through and redo all of them. Because it just doesn't look good anymore. Yeah, that step up is really good. The step up is really, that step up is really, really good. But like, again, that's what happens when you get a really good match. Well, no, so the way it works is I let the matching pick for me. So like, it depends what the context of the player is. So like, how fast are you moving? Like, obviously, then you can have more filters depending on what you press, which is what we're gonna add to make it more gameplay driven. But at the moment, I'm just holding a button. But yes, like, how fast are you moving? How far away is the ledge? How high is it? Basically, or how far away forward, and then how high is it? Basically, what I would literally, all I need is what I need to do next is get loads of different step up animations of loads of different heights with loads of different speeds from loads of different distances, and then it'll pick all those different ones. So it'd be like, oh, you're stepping on it from half a meter away, or you're stepping on it from a meter away, or you're stepping on it from 2 meters away, or you're stepping on something that is right by it. You know what I mean? So tailored for that. So it's like, imagine you're walking and you begin your step up like 2 meters away, or you begin your step up a meter away, and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's the vibe. And you have all of them added to my matching table, and then it searches the table and finds the best one that's appropriate. And eventually the hope is that you'd have enough coverage with enough accurate matching that it will never pick a crappy one, especially if you filter. It will never pick a crap one. It'll only ever pick a good one, the lowest match one. And if you have enough coverage, you'll never have a point where the warp is too crap. So think like if you had thousands of animations, the warp that I'm having to do to make it get to that spot will be really, really small. Which means that it's going to be more raw animation, which means it'll look more like that, which means it'll be really nice. Basically. Running pursuits aren't there yet, sadly. I'd get a step up. It's just the only character we've met a human at the moment. There's really no point in getting all the other characters in until we have the locomotion down on one. You know what I mean? The gameplay is the main focus. The character, we just want to have one good looking character that looks alright, and then the rest will come after. Step up was actually great. I'm trying to decide whether or not I go through all these animations again, fix them, or I just get new ones. I'm gonna do that, but I do need to fix all these. I think I'll fix them tomorrow. All I'm gonna do is re-root motion them, because I have the one already. I'm just gonna re-root motion them. Actually, I can do that now. I can't, to be honest. His animation is also not very good. Reason being, it ends too early. It doesn't end with him standing up, which means technically the feet never. That makes so much sense to why I always having all these problems. It's because the feet are technically, the root motion technically is never returned back to zero. You see, I mean, it's still traveling. I might do a complete animation overhaul tomorrow. Can't lie to you. I might just add like 34. I think, okay, plan of action for tomorrow. Now that I added, I need to automate the calculation of the matching variables. So the three variables, the speed, the height, and the distance. If I can automate them, that'll speed up this process more. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna add rap tongue, like 50 animations. Add loads and loads of different animations to cover all the different scenarios with all the different possibilities, so that the entry, rename my stupid tables and crap like that, because I want to change it to climb entry, not run up, because it's wrong. And then so I'm going to redo it, but not redo it, but just clean it up. We literally recorded Drew doing it. This is literally a person. That's Drew, or whoever actually doing this animation. Oh, we've not gone that far yet in terms of character creation. That's a whole different. And what level we're gonna have that to be. Still up for discussion. But as I know, I'll let you know. I just need to do video. Never ending. Don't try help Star Wars Game Studio, people. It's stressful. I'm joking. I didn't ask for any other job. So, yeah. Key to this is lesson learned. Don't tweak mocap data because it's correct most of the time. So tomorrow I'm gonna add to my to-do list. You guys can see here. I'm just talking, yeah, hundreds. I just want to add as many as possible. Go through, create, get loads, and keep adding them. I think that's my plan of action. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I've got a meeting in 5 hours. God, what got me into game design? Ooh, nothing in particular. I mean, I played kid. I played games growing up as a kid, like, since I was young. I loved them. PS1, PS2, all that GameCube stuff. So I love playing games. But like I studied computer science at university, and it was really much going into for like the AI and software engineering side. But I always found in any project I could do, I would always heavily focus on like how it looked, how it felt, the visual aspects, and like problem solving around that as well. And like I'd also like the logic of it. Like I loved problem solving, how it works, but I couldn't discount how it works from how it looks. Like the two held similar weight for me, because I'm quite into like art and fashion and things like that. So I like just designing and aesthetic in that sense. So yeah, I was always like really into how stuff looked as well as how it worked. Like the two were always like there for me. But I never got the visual satisfaction or scratched that visual itch from just normal software engineering or working with like AI, for example, um, it was always just like, oh, what's the logic of what it does? Like, what does it do? What does it do? Like, that was cool. Like that was really cool. And to this day, I still find it really cool. And that's what a lot of this is. But the reason why I love this is like, it's like, what does it do in order to like yield some kind of, how does it look? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the end goal is a visual product, and that scratches that itch. So like, yeah, it's sort of like, it's more real, like it's more tangible what you're solving. Can you see like something visual that you can like, oh, that looks nice. I like the style of that, the flow of that. I like how that feels, stuff like that. So the two go hand in hand well together. And it does help that I loved games as a kid, and got me for years, really, still do. I don't really play anymore. I just don't have time. I stopped playing a couple of years ago. Since I stopped playing, years ago. But still always love it. I always watch like IGN videos of like upcoming games. I just love that stuff. The industry is so creative. It's an art form, really, for me. It's a way to express yourself, express your style, express your vision, and create something really cool. That's why I love it. Those are the key aspects of a game. A game can run well. I'm gonna feel the game. Yeah, 100%. It's like, it's got to run well. Don't get me wrong. That's super key. But it's also got to feel good to play. Have a really good narrative. And there's so many like sound design, everything. There's so many elements to it, and that's what was more interesting to me. Like, there's so much to it. There's so many ways in which you could explore and be creative in. Like, that's the thing. Like, I found with like software engineering, there's only so many ways I could be creative. I could be creative for how I approach the problem, how optimized I make it. That's about it. Because at the end of the day, I have a very specific task I'm trying to solve. Whereas the game there, it's like you can be creative with almost every single element of it, from the code to the design to the art style. Like, it's creativity everywhere, and that's what I love about it. So yeah, that is what got me into game dev. Long story. On that note, it's been about an hour and a bit. I'm kind of at a good pause point tonight, if I'm honest. We've got the step up in. I know what I need to do tomorrow. I watched STORROR growing up. Yeah. Technically, I mean, I'm 22 now. But no, I watched STORROR when I was I watched STORROR. So I didn't play parkour. I didn't do parkour, but I loved it as a sport. And I watch their videos every Monday. You know what I mean? I watch all their stuff. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, and then it would be mad to think the position I'm in now compared to when I first applied for the role. I mean, I was not really game dev experience. I had no game dev experience, especially not working for a studio. I'd made like one little VR project that was pretty shit, if I'm totally honest. All my experience was like AI and math and software engineering, really. But Dada was like, yeah, come, let's have an interview, and we just chatted. It was weird. It was like, it wasn't even like a technical interview. Like, he didn't like assess my skill at all. We were just chatting. Do a cat pass for me before you leave. Yeah, sure thing. Cat passes aren't. They are in, but I think I've broken something somehow that I'm unable to do it. I think I'm definitely I think Dad taking them out. So you're just gonna have to wait and stick around till tomorrow. Sadly. Oof. Let me check my stuff in.
Depression. Don't be depressed. Life's too short. That's such a stupid thing for me to say, quite frankly, because don't be depressed. It's just not how it works, is it? I don't know, it's a really complex thing that I remember I saw something like that. It was like, what do you tell someone that's depressed or someone that's like suffering from like mental health? It's like, just don't be that. I was like, what? It's like, you mean like what? Just don't be depressed. I was like, it's just not how it works, is it? It's like a dark turn for no reason. But yeah, depression. Are you in the Discord, JD? If you're not, you need to get into the Discord. I'll put a link in now. Hold on. If any of you guys do wanna get the early access or wanna play any dev versions we do, that link's in the what this stream. Oh god. Yeah. Discord link for any of you that don't have it. Is there an estimate for release? I can't give you that because I feel like they're just gonna come back to buy me at one point. So I'm gonna say when it's ready. When it is ready, that's what it'll be done. Yeah. Awesome, guys. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah. I'll be streaming again tomorrow morning. So, will I? It's 4 now. I'll be up around 10. Change it. Might go for a little skate. Put up 1, 2. I'll go for a stream and I'll do a late night one. Yeah, sweet guys.